It often begins in the quietest of moments. You're sitting by the window, lost in your own thoughts, when your phone buzzes. Not with a long message, but with something simple. Have you eaten? It's not grand poetry, not a sweeping confession of love, but in that small question lives something far deeper. Because when a man truly loves you, it's rarely about the big gestures. It's the little ones, the ones that slip under the radar, that matter most. You see, real love doesn't always knock on your door wearing a suit and holding roses. Sometimes, it's the way he lingers a few seconds longer when he hugs you, as if memorizing your presence. It's how he remembers the story you told 3 weeks ago about your favorite street vendor's coffee, and one rainy afternoon, without saying a word, he shows up with a cup in hand. No cameras, no audience, no performance. Just him, and you, and a quiet kind of love that needs no applause. And it's in those unspoken moments you notice it most. When he's walking beside you and subtly shifts to the side closest to the road. He doesn't announce that he's protecting you, he just does it. Or when he lets you talk about your bad day without rushing to give solutions, because he understands sometimes you don't want answers. You just want to be heard. That's love in its most honest form. Not the noise, but the silence that speaks volumes. But love isn't only about the safe, warm moments. Sometimes it's about the days when you're both tired, frustrated, and the world feels heavy. A man who truly loves you will still show up, even when it's inconvenient. He'll stay up late helping you finish a project, even if he has to wake up early for work. He'll run to the store in the middle of the night because you're sick and craving something specific. He won't always get it right, and he might not always say the perfect words, but he'll try. And that effort, that's the language of love. There's another layer, one that's harder for most men. Vulnerability. For many, it's easier to protect their pride than to open their hearts. But when a man loves you deeply, you'll see the walls come down. He'll share the story about the time he failed and felt ashamed. He'll talk about the mistakes he's made, the dreams he's too afraid to chase, the fears he hides from the rest of the world. He'll show you the parts of himself that aren't polished or perfect, because he trusts you enough to see the raw and real version of him. And when life throws you into the storms, illness, financial stress, loss, he will be there, not just in the sunny days, but holding the umbrella with you when it rains. Not complaining, not keeping score, just standing there beside you, because that's what love does. It stays. It holds on. It fights quietly, without needing recognition. And here's the thing about men who truly love. Their love doesn't fade when you're at your worst. If anything, that's when it shows itself most clearly. When you've been crying, when your hair's a mess, when you feel unworthy. He'll look at you like you're still the most beautiful thing in the room. Because for him, beauty isn't in the perfection, it's in the person. So, if you've ever wondered how to know, watch the way he treats you when there's nothing to gain. Notice if he listens to your silences as carefully as your words. Look for the man who remembers the little things you thought no one noticed. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a soft presence that makes you feel safe in a world that isn't. And when you find it, hold on. Because a man who truly loves you will always find a way to show it.